Hey everyone, welcome back to the XD Daily Creative Challenges. My name is Melody, I am your host, and we are on day 7, or challenge 7. So super exciting, and a big hello to everyone joining me in the chat. Hi Anna, John, Nicholas, Christoph, Josh. It's so exciting to have you all joining me. Hello Brett, Aurora, Snehal. I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm excited to continue our challenge. I've been seeing everyone's submissions in our Discord channel, and they all look so amazing, and they always make me really hungry because you all use really amazing pictures of food. Hi Miguel, Josh. Yay! Yeah, so I'm really excited to continue with the challenges. Yes, Cars is saying 7 already. I know, it went by so fast. We only have 2 challenges left, which is really sad, but it's gonna be really fun and exciting. So if we jump to my screen, I can show you a quick overview. This is the Daily Creative Challenge landing page, and you can find that if you head over to behance.net/challenge/XD. And if you are just joining on day 7, don't worry, you can still get started. You don't have to start all the way from the beginning if you don't want to, because I know it can be a little intimidating if you are starting in on day 7, but don't worry, we have some supplies ready for you in case. But basically how this challenge works is we have a new challenge that will be unlocked every day at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And you can work on it and share your designs on our Discord channel and get feedback. And then you can post it on Behance if you would like. On the last day, on day 9, I'm actually going to show you how to put everything together and create a Behance project. So you can have everything in one project, and it'll be great to add to your portfolio. So yeah, and so these are the challenges that we've had so far. So we have already done 6, and today, number 7 was unlocked, and today we're going to do order status. And so we're continuing with the food delivery app, and we're going to focus on building an experience for the user to check the status of their order, because I know when I order food, I'm always looking at my app to see where it is, because I'm always really hungry and I want my food like right when I order it, but I know that's not possible. But so we're going to focus on creating a nice order status experience. And then I also wanted to highlight that we have get started files for you on XD. So if you are just starting, can click on the Get Started button and it'll bring you over to our Dropbox link. And this is what you'll get. It'll be an XD file with some inspiration pictures, and then we also have my files available to download if you are starting on day 7. So if you head over to this bit.ly link /melodydcc file, it'll be on the XD file, so you can copy and paste that, and then you will get each day's files in different XD files. So you can get started on whatever day you want. If you want inspiration, or if you want to, I don't know, work off of what I designed, you can totally do that with this file. So yeah, and let me show you Discord really quickly. If you haven't joined, be sure to join our Discord channel. It's amazing. Maybe we can show the joining link. I think it's bit.ly/XD Discord. It'll come up in a second, but anyway, if you join our Discord channel, oh, thank you. Thanks, Paco. So this is the link to join. It is bit.ly/XD Discord, and make sure the X and D are capitalized. And if you head over to that link, you can join and become a member of our amazing XD community. And we have amazing mentors and some Adobe folks and some moderators that do an awesome job of giving feedback, as well as other people who are in our community. We can see we have a lot of people online, but I've been seeing some great submissions and people giving feedback, and it's been really awesome to see. And if you are all working on your challenges, the stream after me, they will, with Melissa and Paul, they're going to actually be reviewing your challenges for today. So if you want to keep working on them, excuse me, they can have a chance to look at them and give you some live feedback. So yeah, and let me jump into XD and we can get started on today's challenge, which is order status. And I only found one inspiration screenshot, but from what I've seen is a lot of apps do kind of like the circle and the line kind of animation to show you what stage it's at. And so I'm gonna be doing something similar to this. And then on this one, I think this is caviar, but apparently you can track your orders with Siri, and I've never done that, but it seems kind of cool. And then also this is the link to my XD file in case anyone missed that earlier. But yeah, so we are going to get started. And then also, if you saw the stream yesterday, I had some icons that I got from the Undraw plugin, which I will show really fast. So it's just called Undraw, and it is by Katerina Limpitsuni, and she is an amazing illustrator. She has all these illustrations that are free to use in your projects, and I love them. And so I created some icons to use for the app today, and this one I actually put together 3 different illustrations to create this. So you can mix and match, you can change the colors, so it's really nice. So I have these as reference for what I'm going to be designing. And then this is, I believe, from yesterday. We did the wrong address contact help section. And so I'm going to be kind of going off of this design for the order status screen. And so I'm going to get started by duplicating that artboard, and then I'm going to delete all of this and then change this. And I'm just going to call it track order so I can be consistent with what I'm naming things, because on here I have track order, so I'm going to keep the same name. And then I want to do kind of the same style as this, so I'm going to draw a rectangle like this. I can push R, which is the rectangle shortcut, and then I'm going to take away the border and then have my colors. I'm actually going to add these colors to my assets panel. Okay. And then I'm going to send this to the back by doing Shift Command left bracket. And then I will grab this, which is the first status of our order, which will be received. I'm just going to center this. And then I want to use the same style that I have here, so I'm just going to copy this, and that is also a component that I created a few days ago. And I'm going to turn on my layers panel, and then I just want to make sure, okay. And I'm going to add a circle next to it to kind of make something similar to the example that we have. So I'm just going to scoot this over and then drag this in. And then E is the keyboard shortcut for circle. And I'm going to make the border 3 pixels and center this. Okay, so now that I have these, I'm actually going to change this to received. Should let me bring this down. And then I'm going to take off my layers, and then I'm going to do a repeat grid to make things really fast and easy. And I need 4 sections, so I'm just going to do 4, and then maybe I'll do like 75. And then I'm going to ungroup the grid and then also ungroup this so that they are separate from each other. And then I forgot what I named everything. Okay, being prepared. So it was kind of hard for me to decide what I wanted to name each section because I wanted to do like preparing order, but then I was using different tenses like received. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone, but oops, and then I spelled this wrong. So yeah, so you can have fun with how you want to name your statuses, but we have being prepared, and then out for delivery, and then arrived, which is the final step. And another thing I'm going to do is draw a line by pushing the L key. And if you hold shift, that'll help you draw a straight line. And then I'm going to do the same width on my border. So I'm going to do 3 pixels. And then I'm going to send this to the back so it's hidden behind these circles. And so this will be kind of our status tracker for our order. And then what I want to do to emphasize that we are on the first step is to lower the opacity on these bottom sections. And I'm going to select these three. And if I push 3 on the keyboard, it'll bring the opacity down to 30%. So I'm going to do that for this. And then for these, I'm actually going to draw a rectangle and take away the border. And then I'm going to bring this opacity to 70% to equal 30, I guess, if that kind of makes sense. Because if I do 30, it's still too dark. So I'm going to do 70 and then make sure it lines up so that when you look at this, you'll see that these are white, like, I don't know, you're not focusing on the bottom section. And I'm actually going to fill this in and then draw a really fast check mark by using the pen tool. And then make this white. Okay. This is not a perfect check, but it's okay, we're gonna go with it. So this is the first stage of tracking the order. It'll be on the received section. And then I'm going to duplicate the artboard and bring this down underneath here. And then this will look cool when we do auto animate. It'll kind of come down. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did up here, and I'm gonna hold Alt to drag this and bring it down here. And then I think it's 0. Okay, so if you push 0, it'll bring the opacity back to 100. So I'm gonna do that so that these two are more visible than the rest. And then I'm gonna grab this little cute icon. I really like it. There's really cute characters. And I think in this original image or illustration, they were, I think they were putting together this like data thing, but I made it look like they are cooking, so yes. Okay. Oh, Kevin is saying received and arrived sound the same. That's a good point. Maybe I can say order received. Maybe that would be better. Let me know what you think. I can change that. And so now that I have this, I'm just going to duplicate this again and bring down this rectangle. Oops, I pushed 1. So I'm going to push 0, fill this in, and hold Alt and bring this down. And then the delivery is the same car icon that I used yesterday. Here. And then I'm going to duplicate that again and bring this down and then push 0 and fill this in. Okay. There's a lot of Kevins in the chat. Hi, Kevin. Okay, and then this, I wasn't sure what to do for arrived, but I found one of the available illustrations on the Undraw plugin it was like a drone race or something, and there was this flag, so I thought this would be cool to show like arrived. So we have this, and then let me go to prototype, and on this screen I'm gonna do a timed transition. So I'm gonna select the whole artboard, and then I think we can do 1.5 delay and then 1 second. Let me see how this looks, and then we can maybe we can adjust the time. But I'm gonna imagine that the user will just look at this and we're just gonna speed it up because there's no way the food would be delivered in like 4 seconds. That would be amazing. But this will kind of show what it would look like if they are waiting for their order. So you can see it's like going through the different steps. And yay, it's a little fast, but we can, let me show it one more time. So it's like going through, and you can maybe make this slower to seem more realistic. So maybe we can delay it by 3 seconds. I don't know if that would be too long, but I always like playing around with the time and seeing how it looks and how it feels, and then going from there. So let's see, 3 seconds. Well, it's kind of feels like it's taking a long time to transition. Kevin is saying we are all hungry. Yes, I am very hungry. Yay. Okay, so this is one way of showing the order status. And then I want to show something else that I was inspired from Howard Pinsky's Auto Animate Kit. So let me show that really fast. And this is available to download, oops, if you go to Howard Pinsky's Behance page, or if you go to File, Get UI Kits, and More UI Kits, it'll be available on there. And so Howard has something called Pull to Refresh. I'm sorry, this is an overview of his Auto Animate Kit. So if you haven't used this, this is an amazing way to learn how to do Auto Animate on XD. And this is how I learned how to do a bunch of stuff because Howard is amazing. And this is something that I wanted to try and doing a drag to refresh. And so if you look at his example, you kind of drag this down and then it loads. So I kind of wanted to do something similar to this. And so I looked at how he prototyped it and everything, and hopefully we can make it work on this app. So to get started, I'm just gonna duplicate this because I don't wanna mess up this stuff that I have here. I'm gonna bring this down and I'm gonna do a pull to refresh from this screen to this screen. And so I'm gonna bring this here and I'm gonna draw a circle. Actually, I'm gonna make this a little smaller. And if you hold shift, it'll remain a perfect circle, which is nice. And then, okay. And then I'm gonna change the dash right here so it can have the dotted lines. And then I'm going to send this to the back so it's hidden. And I noticed in Howard's Auto Animate Kit that he had that on his first artboard, so it was still there. And that's what'll help Auto Animate work really smoothly. And so I'm gonna duplicate this and go to my layers panel. And here's that circle. So I'm gonna change the name to loading circle. And then on this, I'm gonna bring this to the front and bring it down. And I'm going to bring down the opacity on this. And I'm actually gonna delete this background rectangle. And select this, and if you hold Shift and Alt, it'll zoom out and remain in the same section. And it's a little difficult. You can see that like one line is a little bit bigger than the rest, but it's okay. It can't be perfect, and that's totally fine. So I'm gonna leave this here, and then I'm gonna duplicate this again. And what Howard did that I noticed is the first circle, I'm gonna change it to 360 degrees, so it's gonna spin. But on the second artboard, it is going to be 0 degrees. And I don't know how it works, but if you do that, it'll make it spin. So yeah, and then so we're just gonna have these additional screens to show the animation. And to kind of hack how to drag and make sure that the same element is on all artboards, I'm going to draw an invisible rectangle. And I'm gonna do that by just doing a regular rectangle, taking off the border, and then bringing down the opacity. So this rectangle is still here, but you can't see it. And this is what we're gonna use to drag. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it here, but I am going to bring this down to like down here so that when you drag it, it'll go down and then show the loading. And then I'm gonna copy this and paste it here. And so it'll be in the same location on the other artboard. And okay, so let's try this out and see if it works. And I'm gonna select the rectangle, drag it over here. And for the trigger, I'm gonna do a drag trigger with no easing. And then on the second artboard, we're gonna do a time transition so we can get the animation of the circle. And I believe, let me check. So I always do this when I'm designing. I'll like go back and see. I'm gonna check and see how Howard timed his. So he did a 0 delay, 1 second duration. Okay, so we're gonna do this. And I feel like this is a great way to learn, is to see how other people do things and kind of incorporate that into your own design. So a big thank you to Howard and Jonathan Pimento, who created that auto animate kit, because it's helped me a lot. So yes, and then so for the final artboard, we will do 0 seconds, and then I'm gonna do a snap animation, or snap easing, and we'll see how this looks. Okay, let's try this. So I'm gonna drag it. Okay, let me try that again. Cool, so it kind of works. I might have to mess around with it a little. Maybe I can make the time a little bit longer, maybe like 1.2. And then maybe 1.2 here. So let's try that again. And you can see the circle spinning, and then it kind of looks like you are pulling this down to refresh your app. So say you're waiting for your food, you can do that, and then it will move on to this stage. Hi Parvez. Hi Eric. Naisha saying Howard is an XD legend. He really is. Let's look at that one more time, and then I can show you the other way that I did this. And you can do this for all your different steps if you want. But for this stream, I'm just going to show you how to do the first one, and then let's show this one more time. And this will just be the user looking at their phone and going through all the steps. And then maybe on the last page, we can add a call to action button so that there is something that the user can do once their food has arrived or after. And something that Uber Eats does is like 30 minutes after you get your food, they'll give you a notification that says, how was your meal, and rate and tip. And I think that's a really great tactic, because once I get my food, like this is me personally, if I get my food, I'm gonna eat it like right away, and I'm not gonna like want to go and like review the food or give a tip at that moment. But if you message me or give me a notification like after I'm done eating, then I'll be like, okay, I'll do it now, and I won't forget. But I feel like if they message me like right when I got my food, I might forget about it and like maybe wait until the next time I open the app. So I think Uber Eats does a good job of waiting to send that notification. But in this case, we can just add a button and hope that they might want to review and leave a tip. So I'm just gonna take my button that I made into a component, and we can do review and add tip. I think I spelled that wrong. Yep. Review and add tip. And we can just add this here. And then I'll bring back the menu. Okay. And I'm making the artboard longer so that you can scroll down. Hi, Paul. Yay. Oh yeah, Gus, thank you for mentioning that. If you are working on your designs for this XD Daily Creative Challenge, be sure to stay tuned for the next stream right after me. Melissa and Paul, another Paul, they're gonna be reviewing your designs and giving feedback and live feedback. So that's gonna be really helpful and amazing. So I hope you all submit. So let's show this one more time before it is time for them to get on here. And I think I'm gonna make this 2 seconds, because I feel like 3 seconds is too long. And yay, there we go. And there's this call to action that we can push. And Cars is asking, is this the auto animate kit? So not this, but I was showing it over here. This is Howard's auto animate kit, and I was inspired by his drag to refresh. And so I learned how he did that and used that to do this. And yeah, yay. So that just about wraps up today's stream. Thank you to everyone in the chat for joining me. As always, it's been really fun, And I'm so excited to see how you all design the order status screens and what you'll do with auto animate. And I can't wait to see that in the Discord channel. Stay tuned. Paul and Melissa will be up next, and I will be back here tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time to do day 8. So I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.